Guys, thank you. I'm here with Mr. Cedric Jackson. He's a salesman. He spent many years in the field, but we're going to get more into the discipline of what he does. And Cedric, thank you for tuning in, sir.
Absolutely.
Could you please open and tell me about yourself and how'd you get into your career?
Well, I'm going to give you the very, very quick version. I worked at a bank. I saw what car salesmen made, and I decided I wanted to sell cars. So that's basically how I got into the car business.
And well said, you know, studies report that by the time you're 30, you've gone through 7 job changes to find your career. And by the time you're 50, you've gone through 3 career changes. He just told us just one already. So how long have you been in the industry?
Over 20 years.
20 years in the salesman, okay. And let me go with this. If you had to go rewind it back 20 years, what would you have done differently if you got into the sales industry?
The very first thing I would do differently is I would have took more training on my field, and I would have kept a better database of the customers that I acquire and stay in front of them for life. I'm doing that now, but if I would have did that earlier in my career, I'd be much further along.
Okay, and let me ask you this. Did you have anybody in the field that give you any kind of mentorship or insight about the selling? Or are you self-taught and self-educated yourself on that?
No. Right now, I listen to Andy Elliott. He teaches me a lot. For years, I used Grant Cardone and other salespeople in the dealership, which can be good and bad depending on what habits, what they're teaching you. So for the most part, I want to say I learned a lot from Grant Cardone, reading his books, watching his videos. I remember the dealership I worked at, Toyota Marina, and I won't even say the city, but I worked there, and they had all these actual cassettes.
Now, this was at the very beginning of your field?
Yeah, that was like in 2000, 2001, 2002.
So you're just starting out, huh?
Yeah, like I originally started with Chrysler back in '99.
Okay. So let me ask you this. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it seems like a lot of people in the industry move from one place to another. Is that true?
It is true. It was true for myself. Yeah.
Why do you think that's the case?
Back then, I won't say back then. I would say, for the most part, it is a tough business.
It is.
And there's a lot of pressure from upper management to move metal by any means necessary. So you're trying to find a home and work with people that are, like-minded, people that want to see you do well. And that's not always easy. It's very cliquish. People have like their crew. Like if the whole team gets fired from like a dealership, or let's say they leave, not they get fired, let's just say they leave. The thing they normally do is they all walk into like that next dealership. The manager will walk in, apply for the job. It says, hey, I can bring sales assistant manager, and I can bring like 5 salespeople. And then those people, they'll all get all the benefits of working underneath that manager.
Right.
Like, different house deals and stuff like that. And then it's a little bit more hostile of a work environment sometimes when that crew comes in like that.
So you can say in the field, it's car sales. From a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most, is that a 10 being that competitive?
Yeah, it's extremely competitive.
Okay.
Especially in the store I'm in now. It's insanely competitive.
How did you survive all this?
You have to hustle. You have to get out there. You got to meet people. You got to pass out cards, and really you got to focus on your skill and ability to wait on the customer when they come in. You want to, in my industry, you want to know what you're going to say before you say it. You want to get to the level where I'm talking to a customer. I already know what they're going to say 3 things from now.
Right.
If I ask this question, I know 3 questions later they're going to say this.
So let me ask you this. When you have 20 years in the field and you're in car sales, what were some of the things that worked for you as a salesman?
Really for me, at the very beginning was just hustling. Like, customer would come in. Okay, this is what I mean by hustling. Customer would come in, I'd run to get the keys, go bring them water, try to be as nice and courteous as I possibly could be. And really like just be enthusiastic about showing the car, not pre-qualifying or prejudging, meaning customer comes in and they're dressed a certain way. You don't we're human, right? But you try to take that out. Like, I know that's what I'm thinking, but Don't focus on that because you don't know. Like, quick story. This one man came in, dirty from head to toe, because he was an engineer.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to help him. I helped him. I ended up selling a car cash.
Really?
And then everybody wants to be on the deal now. I'm like, no. You guys didn't want to help him. Because like, it's not like I originally went to go talk to him. He walked around the lot and nobody wanted to go out there and talk to him. Then I went out there when I saw nobody was talking to him.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about the industry. Is it very cutthroat too as well? Have you been a part of any kind of wrongdoings?
Like what?
Someone takes your sale. Someone
course,
lied to
yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how important is your reputation in that field?
It's everything, you know. As far as people taking your sale, the general rule is, you know, if someone asks for you, you're on the deal.
Okay.
But that's a gray area because how can you prove that they asked for you? The first thing you go is like, hey, you know, we know each other. Like, you didn't ask for me? And then the customer's always say, oh, yeah, I asked for you. Well, a lot of times they're just saying that to save face because sometimes they're human and they forget. Again, they're not always, even if they want to work with you, they're not always there to work with you. They're there to see the car. And you whether or not you know the customer or not, you cannot lose sight of that fact that they're not there to talk to a salesperson. They're there to get information about the car, see the car, test drive the car, and get out of there. Get all the information they can to get out. That's their goal. You know, a lot of people are there to buy, but they're trying to figure out how to cross off, you know, people off the list and say, okay, this is where I want to spend my money.
Good. Let's go with this. Talk about what is a typical day would be like for you? Do you work 4 hours, 8 hours? Do you work every day? Is there a 40-hour work week? Could you tell me about a typical work day that you do?
So typical work day for someone that's in the car business, it's a swing shift, so it's fair. You don't work 9 to 5. You don't work Monday through Friday. In California, other states are different. I know there's some states where they don't even work the weekends, but in our state it's different. So I might come in from like tomorrow. I'll go in from 2 to close, which is for us it's 9 o'clock. And then the following day I'll go in at 8:30 a.m. until like 3 or 4. So those are your hours you're scheduled, but you don't want to just punch a clock and leave. You want to be able to catch something. So you may go in earlier, you may go in later, focus on doing follow-up or get on social media and like try to put your name out there, do different things, call customers. I just ordered 1,000 Christmas cards that I pay someone else just to write out their names. I collected the list of the names, the list names and addresses.
Let me interject.
Yeah.
Why did you feel that you needed to do all that?
My goal is to keep my name in front of my customer. Like even like when I sell them the car, you know how you'll get the registration sticker and that goes in the window.
Right.
A lot of salespeople will put their business card in there and the card will face outwards, right? I never do that. I always put my card on the inside with my name and my face facing the customer because every time they get in the car, I want that recognition of like, oh yeah, Cedric.
Yeah, it talks about personal branding, and what you're doing is that you're branding yourself as a value that you care to as well. In an industry where it's very cutthroat, as I understand it, is that the people who care the most probably get the most sales, most deals, right?
Yeah, we've got a saying, you know, no one cares how much you know about the car. They only want to know how much you care.
Yes. People, they don't know about what you said or what you did, what you have done, but how you make you feel. And I guess you make you feel really great. Now, I understand that you wrote a book. Could you tell me a little bit about your book?
Just basically, the book was written from a salesperson's perspective of how a customer can go in and get the best deal. And the whole crux of the book, in my opinion, was people think you get the best deal by going in there and just being like hardcore ruthless. That's not how you get the best deal. That's a fast way to find a salesperson who doesn't want to deal with you and just leave you on the lot. Depending on where you work, if the sales managers aren't paying attention, you'll be out there forever and no one's going to help you. The best way to get a deal is to befriend, get on the good side of the salesperson and use that. If you really pull at their heartstrings, they're going to fight for you to get the best deal, better than what you probably could have negotiated when you came in there.
Could you tell me what the book is called?
I haven't really released it yet, but it's called The Car Buying Secrets.
Okay, it's going to come out there pretty soon too as well. And I think that what you're trying to do is help customers see in the eyes of what a salesman sees.
Right.
Because there's there's a big gap between your industry and your knowledge, and then people come in and have really no idea, but they know they need a car, but they're trusting in you to give them the best deal possible or the best experience.
Right.
Your book enlightens what you see in customers.
Right.
Too. So great. We're looking forward to that. Number two is that I understand that you're having a channel now too as well. Could you tell me a little about your channel, what you're doing on your end?
Well, I've created, my YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Facebook.
Well, could you tell me what it's called, man?
Everything is at Cedric the Car Guy. So I'm just sticking with that branding. I've been doing that for quite some time.
Well, let me ask you, what made you move for that? Because it looks like your career projection is that you put 10, 15 years in the field, you're becoming an expert. You wrote a book on that, and now you're trying to get your brand, how much you care about the industry, out to people immediately. And so what is that your channel sponsors, or what are you advocating for? Or what are you doing for us?
Really, what I'm doing is I'm breaking down all the features and the benefits of specific vehicles. That's really what Cedric the Car Guy is focused on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want people to be able to tune in and see, if you were looking at a Tundra, okay, this is the horsepower, this is the torque, this is what it comes with. It has, these type of suspensions, stuff like that.
Did you feel that there was a space where that needed that voice to sponsor these cars and letting customers know about the ins and outs about the car? Or you just needed to do it because you wanted to increase your branding? What I'm trying to do is that it looks like when people get in their fields, they evolve. They want to evolve. They want to explore other options too as well. Could you see that from your field, that you're expanding your outcomes to reach out your clients more, or anyone who's interested in your ideas and your thoughts?
Yeah, so that space existed way before I tried diving into it. And the first time I put out a walk around video, going over features and benefits, I worked at Chevy, and that was back in 2013. But before that, I worked at another dealership where you just took like a little selfie style video,
right?
And they said, "Hey, this is the car you guys looked at. Just want to show it to you again," and send it back off to people.
Okay.
So I'm in the space now to try to really put my own branding and myself out there and give knowledge about the vehicle features. I'm trying to figure out what are the questions that the consumers have about the vehicle.
Right.
Answer that question, put it out there, and have me gravitate and find me. That's my goal.
Yeah, I'm really big on values and how people care and respect and how responsible you feel. And what I can get from you is that you care a lot about your field and about the work you do. And this is why you created the channel, is that you cared enough, and it makes you more authentic too as well. Let me ask you this, sir. Where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years in your field? Do you feel like you need to open up a dealership, open your own consulting company? What is your next 5 years, and what do you think your outcomes are going to look like in the future?
I really see myself as more of an influencer on social media, and giving people answers to questions about the car business and cars. And hopefully the goal is to be partnered with Toyota in some type of way. I really like our brand. What's funny is I've worked at a lot of different manufacturers, but I've always came back to Toyota because I know they're very, for me, it's all about reliability.
Yeah.
My first car I ever bought was a Nissan Maxima. It was an 87, and this thing was like probably 15 years old. No disrespect to a Nissan Maxima. They make a great car. It's just this particular one I bought, we paid cash on the street, like $3,000. I drove it for 30 days and never drove it again. So that's always at the top of my list. I need a reliable car because I worked all summer, walked everywhere all summer to pay for that car.
We all had bad cars. So don't say you guys don't, because we all had bad cars. Yours lasted 30 days, I'm sure. Let me ask you this. If somebody's getting into the field, what is a good word of advice, or do you have any kind of comment?
Into the car business?
Yes, sir. What kind of advice you'd like to see? Let's say you have a young man, you need to mentor him. He doesn't know much. What would you set him off in?
The first thing I would say is go look at Andy Elliott's training. Okay. I would shout that guy out because that guy, he's very good at what he does. I would say that first. The next thing I would say is, the car business is an excellent thing because you're going to learn a lot about business in general, and about psychology and how people work. That's one of the side benefits of being in the car business. Not to mention, you're not, to me, it's just me, you're not going to work to exchange your time for $15 an hour, $10 an hour, $20 an hour. You're not in that mindset. You're in the mindset is if I find this customer, take care of them, and they buy from me, I will get paid from that. And sky's the limit on that. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made if you can sell a vehicle, and make a profit for the dealership, and make the customer happy at the same time. That's the trifecta. And then you could take that skill of being able to sell. You can take that anywhere. You can take that to sell in the medical profession. I mean, sky's the limit, you know?
Sales is in every field.
Yeah.
Any kind of field, you need to have a sales background. And you need to have the people skills, the communication skills, but they're the thing called responsible for your customers and how much you care about the field. And ultimately, I think that where you're going with this field is that you care enough about it to have a voice in it. I do like what you're doing, and I think we need more of you in that field too as well. Without any more, do you have anything else you'd like to say or add?
The one thing I'd like to add is just hitting on the sales thing one more time, because you're a career advisor. You're trying to help people with their career.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a quick story. I had one of my customers' sons come down, and he went to go apply at our dealership, but I knew he wouldn't get hired because we don't hire anyone that doesn't have experience. You've got to have experience to sell at our dealership.
How many years experience do you need, sir?
Generally 5 at our dealership.
5?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They don't. This dealership does not train salespeople. It's either you know what you're doing or you don't.
Okay.
That's the way this dealership runs. Okay. So in his case, I knew he was going to apply. And I'm like, there's no reason for you to apply because they're not going to. It'd be a waste of your
Just
time.
new. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I asked him, like, because I know the kid. He already went to college. You know, studied, got his bachelor's degree, and I think it's computer science or something like that. I'm like, why are you trying to sell cars? You spent all that time and all that money, pursuing a career in this field. It's like, oh, well, every place that I've applied, they're not hiring.
Right.
So then I asked, how are you applying? Are you going in there? And he's like, well, no, they don't want you to go in there. They want you to apply online or call.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm like, that's not the way that people hire. They say that to get the people who won't play by that rule to actually show up, go in there, and sell themselves on why you should hire me for this position. And that's the talk that I had with them. I said, look, you go in there, you tell them the position you want, and you figure out what is it that you can provide to that company to be a good fit for that position. Not about what the company can do for you, but what can you do for the company? Even if it means, look, I'll work for free for a week just so you can see what I can bring to the table.
If I can add into that, we have a lot of people who think they're entitled for the job. Just because you walk in and you say, for example, my name is John Smith, I'm here to work. Well, what have you done? What is your experience? Why should you hire you? We have a lot of problems with that. And this is why I'm a Cedric here to talk about the field. And what he's saying is this: if you have 5 years experience, you need to come in with that experience to the hiring manager and let them know they have 5 years experience in the car sales and have over like a 70 or 80% success rate. This is why I'm trying to have this informational interviews and talk to the industry expert like this gentleman here to tell you how it feels. So if you want to enter the car sale business, you must have a minimum of 5 years experience. Is there
At my dealership.
At your dealership.
At most dealerships, you could just walk in and say, hey, I want to try to sell cars.
Okay.
I think most dealerships would give you an opportunity. Most dealerships would. Did somebody walking in off the street because they're willing to train you and stuff like that.
Training costs money. We'll see, but someone has to start somewhere too as well. I don't know. Did we finish where we're going up with this too as well? Your story, or
As far as what?
I thought I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you had something to say additional more than your story that you're giving, but I think you did finish. So I think that's about it, man. Do we have any other questions for me or anything you wanted to say or anything like that?
No, really just back again to if you're going to do anything in life, and especially pursue a career, raise your kids, I mean, it all involves selling. And what is selling? Selling is just taking whatever you're passionate about and pushing it into the other person. That's all sales is. It's just take whatever you're passionate about and pushing it into the other person and kind of get your way.
And I think Cedric's passion is to help people too as well. And I do see him as an entrepreneur spirit too as well, because he did write his book too as well, and he's creating his own channel. And what's your channel called again, sir?
At Cedric the Car Guy.
Yeah, this is an entrepreneur spirit too as well, is that he's going to look for getting clients to go to him and talk about certain cars that are right fit for them and their family too as well. He's actually leading the industry more than no one else is doing, is that he's reaching out to you to see what kind of cars you may need. You don't have to go to a dealership. You can find him at the Car Guy and ask questions there. Am I right on, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
I think that's about it. I want to say thank you for your time and good luck to you in your career, and everyone else. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment too as well. Until next time, guys, signing out. Enjoy your day.